John Deere just did something no one expected, outperforming politics, making headlines, and leaving even Donald Trump scrambling to respond. In a surprising twist that blends agriculture, technology, and economic power, the iconic green giant from Illinois may have just delivered the ultimate flex. And Trump? Well, let's just say he didn't take it well. In today's video, we're diving into how a 200-year-old tractor company may have just wiped the floor with one of the most powerful political figures in the U.S. And no, it's not just about farming. It's about global markets, American industry, and who's really shaping the future of rural America. Buckle up, because this one goes way beyond crops and campaign rallies. John Deere. You've seen the green and yellow logo. But behind that humble tractor is a global tech titan. Founded in 1837, Deere isn't just building machines, it's building the future of farming. With self-driving tractors, AI-powered crop monitoring, and precision tools that make farmers more productive than ever, this $100 billion giant is one of the most influential companies in American industry. And when it speaks, politicians listen, or at least they used to, because what happened next? It shook things up in Washington. So what actually happened between John Deere and Donald Trump? It all started in the middle of 2025, when Trump reignited one of his favorite moves, tariffs. In an attempt to bring manufacturing back to America, Trump proposed sweeping new tariffs on imported steel, aluminum, and even high-tech components, many of which are critical for companies like John Deere. Sounds patriotic? Maybe. But for John Deere and other major U.S. manufacturers, it's a nightmare. The increased costs would ripple across the supply chain, hitting American farmers hardest. Ironically, the same rural voter base Trump claims to support. And that's when John Deere pushed back. Hard. They issued public statements warning of price hikes on their equipment. They called out the policy as harmful to American business. Behind the scenes, Deere executives met with lawmakers, lobbied against the tariffs, and made one thing crystal clear: they wouldn't stay silent. The result? Trump didn't like it one bit. Reports say he lashed out on Truth Social. He blamed woke corporations and accused companies like Deere of being ungrateful for past tax breaks. But Deere didn't back down. In fact, they doubled down. Coming up, how John Deere's next move completely flipped the script and showed what real leadership looks like. So why did Trump take John Deere's pushback so personally? Because Deere didn't just criticize policy, they outperformed it. While Washington was stuck debating tariffs and political theater, John Deere was investing in automation, AI, and sustainable farming at a scale no politician could match. They rolled out fully autonomous tractors years ahead of schedule. They launched global partnerships to boost food production using precision tech. And they quietly became one of the most admired companies in America. In short, they did more for rural America than any campaign promise ever could. That's what stung. Trump's brand is built on being the champion of the working class and the backbone of American manufacturing. But here was John Deere, earning trust, driving innovation, and doing it without the drama. Just data, results, and machines that work. That's not just defiance, that's dominance. Trump's response? Classic Trump. He took to Truth Social, slamming John Deere as disloyal, accusing them of betraying American interests, and hinting at possible investigations or subsidy cuts. It wasn't the first time he'd threatened a major U.S. company, but this time, the blow didn't land. Why? Because unlike some companies that scramble when Trump lashes out, John Deere didn't flinch. No apology, no walkback, no frantic press conference. Instead, Deere released a quiet but powerful message. We support American farmers, and we'll continue to fight for what helps them thrive. That hit harder than any tweet. Trump tried to frame Deere as part of the so-called globalist elite, but the truth was undeniable. Farmers, economists, and even former allies sided with Deere. They saw the difference between grandstanding and grounded leadership. And in the court of public opinion, Trump didn't just lose the argument, he lost control of the narrative. So who came out on top? Trump, the headline maker, or John Deere, the quiet powerhouse? If you look at Twitter, maybe Trump wins the noise game. But if you look at numbers, innovation, and impact, it's not even close. John Deere is driving the future of agriculture with real-world tech, not campaign slogans. Their equipment is making farms more efficient, reducing waste, and keeping American agriculture globally competitive. Meanwhile, Trump's tariff war and online rants have done little to strengthen domestic manufacturing. In fact, experts say the proposed policies could hurt small farmers the most, raising equipment costs, disrupting supply chains, and limiting access to advanced tech. That's not leadership. That's sabotage wrapped in sound bites. Deere, on the other hand, is playing the long game and winning it. Because in a world where tech, data, and sustainability are shaping every industry, the companies that innovate, not the ones that shout the loudest, are the ones we'll remember. At the end of the day, this wasn't just a fight between a politician and a company. It was a clash of two visions, one rooted in spectacle and sound bites, the other grounded in engineering, innovation, and results. John Deere didn't win by yelling louder. They won by doing more. More for farmers, more for the industry, and more for the future of American manufacturing. So here's the real question. In a world where business and politics keep colliding, who do you trust more to build what's next? Let us know in the comments. Are you Team Deere or Team Drama? And if you want more deep dives into how companies are changing the game, don't forget to subscribe. Because at Motorscope, we go beyond the headlines to show you who's actually driving the future. Next up, we're breaking down why Toyota's $13,000 EV might be the death blow to gas-powered cars. You won't want to miss it.